Alright, so we're here at Diner. It's the All-American Diner here in Cedar City. And we're looking at the menu. We're going to have a light breakfast for Arnica's procedure. And so, of course, we're looking at the menu. It's a typical diner menu. All the breakfast options come with hash browns and toast. So, of course, we're omitting that. But then we asked, when we get our eggs cooked, can we get them cooked in butter? And she goes, what's she saying?
They don't even have butter in the facility.
Yeah, usually they're like, yeah, sure, no problem. I think she started out with, yeah, sure, no problem. And I'm like, was it butter? And she goes, well, actually, no, it's canola oil. I'm like, all right, can we ask for butter? And she goes, we don't have butter. We don't have butter anywhere in this restaurant. And I was like, really? And I was like, what do you have? She goes, we have margarine, a margarine blend. And that just blows my mind. I've not been to a place yet that did not have butter. So then, out of curiosity, because we know now that these industrial seed oils like soybean oil, canola oil, corn oil, vegetable oil in general, which by the way is not vegetable oil. You can listen to some recent podcasts by Paul Saladino and some other hot shots where they talk about there's nothing vegetable about them. It's not like a broccoli oil. It's a seed oil. It's a toxic seed oil. Anyway, what was I saying? They're so like toxic and bad for our bodies. It's beyond belief. It's probably more of a problem than refined carbohydrates now. This is the new understanding. So anyway, it just blows my mind that there's not an option for butter here. And I'm looking at all these people sitting in this restaurant eating these foods, and they have no idea how bad that is for them. And I asked her, I said, how many people actually ask that question? Like, can you cook this in butter? And she said, not many. I said, how many people are concerned about vegetable oil or soybean oil? And then I realized when I said that I was probably sounding judgmental, you know? How many people are concerned about it? And she goes, we're just a little small mom and pop diner, you know? Usually small mom and pop diners do the old traditional thing. Like the steakhouse we went to last night used nothing but butter. But anyway, I thought that was really, really interesting and unfortunate. So we're like, all right, can we just get a piece of meat? Is that not cooked in margarine, please? Alright, so now we're looking at the ingredients of all the different condiments and stuff here. So let's start with the cream. We got milk, cream, sodium citrate. I have no idea what the hell that is. Tetrasodium phosphate, which is a very bad preservative. Carrageenan, which a lot of people have sensitivities to, so not happening. Cholula. Yeah. Tabasco.
Okay, number here. There we go.
Looks good. Mustard. Where? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Yep. High fructose corn syrup. It's crazy, you just want some ketchup. So then we're like, I want to ask if the salt is really salt. But without being rude, I was like, not trying to be rude, is the salt salt? The only thing that might be safe here is a big old piece of meat. Hopefully, sausage and bacon and stuff. I'm not worried about that. So this place is pretty cool because she actually went back and told the chef, you know, we can't do the oils. Well, actually, she misspoke. She said they can't do oil or butter or any of that. And I wanted to say, no, we want butter. But anyway, and so they kind of poached some eggs. They cooked them in some water. Now we're going to use what we think is salt.
It looks nice. I like it.
And some pepper. And some hot sauce, maybe. Have you, Alright, so this is one thing that you can do to get creative with your meat juice. I'm going to put it in my eggs. And then some salt and pepper. Oh, God! Holy moly! Alright. Just a few thoughts here. I've ordered food at a lot of restaurants, and that was probably the most challenging. But we were still able to make it happen. I think the only place that could be more challenging than that would be a freaking Olive Garden. Which, by the way, there's nothing Olive Garden about Olive Garden. No offense, Olive Garden. But, man, that's heartbreaking. You know, you look at all these people in there, a lot of them seem to be suffering, and then you look at what a lot of people are ordering, and it's what they think is the healthy version of stuff. So it's like the whole wheat toast and the egg white omelets, and what else did I see in there? Chicken fajitas, and but then everything is tainted with, if not like completely cooked in canola oil and soybean oil, and it's just so unfortunate, you know. I heard the waitress, she was like, all right, I'll bring your butter and syrup right out, and we were like, it's not butter, it's margarine. Like, you shouldn't be able to say, like, this is butter. It reminded me of a time I ate with my dad at a ribs place, and they had these whipped butter things, and I'm, like, all excited because I like to eat butter anytime I get a chance. And I'm like, hold on a second. I asked the waitress, I said, is this real butter? And she's like, yeah. And I said, are you sure? She goes, yeah, I think so. And I said, can you ask someone and just double check? And then she went and asked a manager, and she goes, no, I'm sorry, it's whipped margarine, you know. And, I mean, anyway, I felt like there's something else I wanted to say about that.
Oh, you can't trust the label.
Oh, yeah. And then reading labels. Oh, what do you mean?
As in, like, it was labeled as butter, but it was actually margarine.
Right, yeah.
So
And
you still have to ask the question.
you still got to ask the question, and it's like you got to read labels everywhere you go. And, you know, sometimes I'll have clients that say, does it really matter, though? Like, what if I have this little thing here? I think so, man. You got to give your body every possible fighting chance you can, because even if you get it all right and all perfect, you're not guaranteed anything. So yeah, it absolutely makes a difference. And the more I learn and understand about these toxic industrial seed oils, the more it's like consuming those things is like consuming some kind of toxic waste out of the back of a frickin' truck. So is there anything else we talked about when we were in there? It's just crazy. Like, that was really hard to have. I mean, the safest thing there was the steak, and some eggs cooked in water, and the steak had some seasoning on it. I'm sure it wasn't like, who knows what was in the seasoning, but, you know, anyway, all right, rant done. What do you call it? What does somebody say? What's the thing now? TED Talk over. All right, one other thing I wanted to add to that little diner situation was that, and this is a learning point for all of us, is you have to ask questions, because I realize now they were calling margarine butter, and so if I would have just stuck with, hey, can you, we'll take some egg. Actually, that's how we started. I said, can I, have a couple eggs and bacon? I said, can I have my eggs cooked in butter? And she's like, absolutely. I said, wait a second. Is the butter really butter? And then we find out that it's not. So, and which is, I don't know. I don't think that that's right. And I know that it's like not an intentional, trying to be deceitful or anything like that. But we have to do our diligence and really ask the questions. And I think the most important things that we have to look for are those crappy oils and margarines and things that people think are butter, but they're not. All right.